out. Nobody with a clear heavy kill defense there, but looks like it's going to be the Dark Binding onto 404. That is a tanky ALLSTAR though, so Philippine squad is taking a little bit more easier there. Meanwhile, Aaron continuing the split up towards top. And JLC's teleport is down, so if ever anybody does need to respond to that top side, they may need to make that recall. But looks like the Philippine squad going to slowly establish the start here on the Infernal Drake. May be interesting. Will this break into a fight, though? That is the question. Looks like Philippine squad will be able to take that Infernal Drake uncontested as they make their way for the defense in the mid lane. But JLC is he going to try for something here? Gets the knockup onto Becky. JLC going to try to go in onto the members of TLC. These are 3 members that he's dealing with. Weaver's wall actually cancels out Tamsu. Forced to flash over the wall as he goes onto Becky. Tamsu now on a killing spree, taking down the AD carry of the Malaysian squad. Meanwhile, Torino taking Baron damage as 404 is left to be taken down by the rest of the PGS squad. Moraita Boy going to try to seek out Kirino, who will be successful. Looks like Kirino going to get caught between the members of the PGS squad. Kirino trying to run away, but I'm not thinking that's possible. Aaron now on Moraita Boy's case, Marky trying to save his support as the rest of the PGS squad convert onto Aaron here. Aaron's going to be going down to Marky now on a rampage. Meanwhile, Kirino still trying to run for dear life.
Yeah, and this is basically a 4-for-0 at this point with the PGS team going immediately for this Baron. I feel like this Baron will go uncontested. We already see Caspiel conceding it as he is decided to just farm that bottom side instead. And that was a very interesting and prolonged team fight coming in from this PGS team. It all started with the pick onto Becky initially from JLC. And I think Aaron had a good idea initially. He was putting a lot of pressure on the top side, but for some reason, he decided midway through the push at the top to just start trying to respond, and that didn't really work out for them. I think it would have been a lot beneficial.
Goes down, Kirino gets the kill.
Yeah, and there should be a free turret now for TLC, so they are making some comebacks here and there, getting that turret despite the PGS team with that Baron buff right now.
Ooh. Though you're going to try to go for Exocen here. Is slowed down by the Chilling Smite, taking quite a bit of damage there. Coming in from Caspiel, redemption not quite connecting there as Exocen tries to continue to run for dear life. All the members of TLC really hard on his case. Meanwhile, Caspiel taking quite a bit of damage though. Marky manages to get the kill onto Becky once again. And Becky just not catching a break in this game. Tamsu though, meanwhile, now on a rampage, may be able to take down Karina. Looks like Caspiel will be the next casualty. 404 trying to run away from Tamsu and Marky. 404 tries to go for it, but looks like that'll be the double kill for Marky. A 4-4. Was that a 4 for nothing?
Yeah, I believe that was a 4-for-0 if I'm not mistaken. And meanwhile, it's again Aaron trying to do it. Looks like Aaron should fall quite about now. But meanwhile, in the mid lane, we do see Marky and the rest of the squad taking that mid lane in him.
And the Philippine squad making good work of the Malaysian squad. 20-9 right now on the scoreboard with an 8,000, leaning towards an 8,000 goal deficit in favor of Team Philippines. Things are really working out for them.
Yeah, and at this point, there's not really much that the TLC squad can really do. Their late game isn't that great. They're at a point where the Shyvana isn't putting enough pressure. The Shyvana and the Fiora aren't putting enough pressure. I've been pretty underwhelmed, actually, by what the Shyvana has been bringing to the table so far. She hasn't really been doing much. And it's kind of... It's unfortunate when it's Caspiel. Like, it's Caspiel, you expect Caspiel to just really hard carry this Malaysian squad, but that hasn't really been the case.
I think, yeah, generally high expectations. If anything, it's more of the newer players to the
the new players
that have been performing.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to bring that up. Becky and Caspiel not really having the greatest games, and JLC, he needs to be careful right now.
Yeah, dealing with 2 members of the TLC squad. Tries to get the knockup, but still Becky manages to secure the kill.
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to be enough. That's still a 6,000 gold lead in favor of the PGS team. They still have Baron available, and they're on the hunt right now looking for a pick.
Ooh, that's going to be Dark Binding connecting onto Caspiel. Exocen wreaking havoc onto the rest of the members of TLC. Meanwhile, Moraita goes into that fight, though Tamsu now unstoppable. Aaron going into the backline manages to take down Exocen. Maybe Marky as the next casualty here. That's going to be the double kill shutdown onto the AD carry of Team Philippines. Damsu forced to retreat, running for dear life, the only surviving member, but looks like he will indeed be able to survive. That was pretty messy. Malaysian team coming up on top, 1-4.
Yeah, and that was a really good flank coming from Aaron. Aaron popping off right now, getting the pick onto both Exosen and to Marky, and I think that all stemmed from JLC just getting caught. I don't really think he had a reason to be that far deep into the enemy bot side, but he did get picked, and that gave an opportunity for TLC to just make that comeback. And they're slowly restabilizing despite being down by quite a bit. While they are down 5,000 gold, the momentum is slowly building up in TLC's favor. They can now de-ward the entire map and try to create their own pressure, as that's what they're doing right now. They're going to be looking to possibly group up, looking to threaten this PGS squad.
Definitely have a lot more room to breathe now that the Baron buff is down. And looks like overall the TLC squad going to slowly start establishing control on this map. Has established a little bit of defensive vision on their own side. Meanwhile, Caspiel again looking caught out. 404 going to try to go for the response. Get the knockup onto Thompson. Caspiel will be making his way out, but it looks like 404 might be the primordial sacrifice in this case. Morita Boy on this case. Meanwhile, JLC trying to go for Caspiel. Looks like Marky will be able to snipe him down instead. That is one member of the Malaysian squad down right now. Looks like PGS squad that is going to be Azir's turret that will help the rest of TLC escape.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be going for that second Infernal Drake rather than deciding to push their luck with that pushing, actually. And let's see, they do have the waves that do need to be cleared. Bot lane has a big wave building up to them. Meanwhile, top lane should be cleared by Aaron. So I think it's time for PGS to just reestablish control of the map, start controlling the waves, and start looking for their picks, because they do have a really good pick comp, but a lot of these picks aren't exactly optimal.
Yeah, and with 2 Infernal Drakes now, that's going to make them all the more painful. And I think that does kind of help them in a way when dealing with the rest of TLC, in the sense that the longer this game goes, I feel like the more painful TLC is going to get in their own respect as well. But still, 22-13, this is still quite substantial for the Philippine squad. They have a lot to work with, but let's go ahead and see what their next move will be.
Yeah, if we take a look at the items, we do see a lot of damage coming in from Marky. He has a Shiv, and he has that rapid fire cannon already, plus the Ornn upgrade. So that's a lot of damage on the hands of Marky. He's going to be doing a lot of damage. It's just, if Aaron's able to get the pick onto Marky, then that's a really big concern. And here comes 404 getting picked off by Tamsu and Exosen.
Yeah, it's the Malaysian squad just not catching a break as far as getting picked off by the members of the Philippine squad that just so happen to kind of converge together while making their way. Right, they're managing to scout out that a member of the Malaysian squad was there. Good tormented soil to kind of check that out for him. We'll get a dark binding to connect. Aaron, meanwhile, going for a split push towards the bot side. Will be able to successfully take that inner bottom turret, but the rest of the Philippine squad, for the meantime, are going to try to push out this top side. Thompson going to make a recall, though they are forced to have to deal with Aaron, who's continuously pushing towards the spot side. Aaron actually might make a retreat, though. JLC looks like we'll be going to head-to-head with him, taking quite a bit of damage there. Doesn't even get the knockup in time. Tamsu will be to try to next to contend with Aaron here, but looks like that will be a single kill off to the Philippine squad for the meantime.
Yeah, and it's Aaron keeping the Malaysian dreams alive so far. The amount of pressure he's putting on this map is insane. He's basically at a point where he can 1v1 everyone. He's pulling members of the PGS team from, like, he's pulling them in different directions, and it's making it extremely difficult for the PGS to look for their picks and group up as 5. Yeah. As here comes another collapse and a potential pick right now.
Yeah, also Thompson taking so much damage is forced to try to run away. Kirino really on his case here. Marky looks like he'll be able to escape along with the rest of his Philippine squad, safe and sound indeed. But it's interesting because after that inhibitor take, the Philippine squad just kind of slowed down from there. And it's kind of worrisome because it seems that the Malaysian squad, in effect, is able to start to build up their footing here, but looks like they're going to try to go for a Zaxi Baron. The rest of the Philippine squad are quite low. They have to be careful. Right, before going to try to get the group. It looks like Kirino will be able to secure that kill as well as the Baron for the Malaysian squad.
Yeah, and the comeback is about to happen right now. 4,000 gold is only the difference between these two teams, but it doesn't feel that way as it's the Malaysian squad just immediately getting that pick onto JLC. JLC, despite all of that armor, he just got deleted, and It's now the Baron buff TLC team knocking on the doors of this Philippine team in this middle lane.
Have to take note, still quite the heavy death timer coming in from JLC, 33 seconds. But it looks like the Malaysian squad will be backing away. Weaver's wall to separate the rest of everyone else from Becky. Philippine squad going to try to see if they can pick up. 404 does go down. Tamsu now dominating, but that's going to be a shutdown. 2 members of the Philippine squad are down. Make that total of 4 now. Moraita Boy, the only surviving member. Well, not really surviving, just actually spawned.
Yeah, and the synergy has been building up so much between Caspiel and Carino. That engage was on point, from barely connecting to just coordinating that so beautifully. A really great Emperor's Divide coming in from Carino, and this might be an inhibitor. This might be the game. It looks like they're going to be going for the safer route. They're going to be looking to push that bottom lane. Carino needs to be careful. Did Hourglass away, and it's JLC doing his best to defend, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
He also not able to connect that knockup there. Does get the shutdown onto Carino. Looks like Aaron will be the next casualty. Becky has to try to walk away from this. It is going to proc the almost Ghost Blade. Looks like he's going to try to make a run for it. JLC continuing to chase him down, not going to allow him that opportunity to potentially recall. But then again, take note, he does have that Baron empowered recall, so he might be able to escape now that he does have those traps set up to slow down JLC from pursuit.
Yeah, and there's only a 2,000 gold difference now. The gap has closed by quite a bit. It's anyone's game at this point, and again, it's Aaron creating these opportunities for the Malaysian team, and then it's Caspiel and Carino taking those opportunities and making something happen. And that's really been the name of the game so far. I feel like the PGS team really just needs to take a step back and kind of just chill, because they have this game in their pocket.
Caspiel gonna go dive in on top. Absolutely insane. It's like whatever disconnect the Malaysian squad had within the earlier phases of the game, it's just suddenly coming full circle.
Yeah, it's like they just handed it over to the Philippine team. It's like, here, you can have this instead. I don't want this. And the Philippine team is looking very off sync right now. It looks like they don't know what to do at this point. Tamsu, I don't think that engage was really, the invade really was necessary. It just resulted in him getting picked. And now they also burn the teleport, and that's extremely important at this stage of the game. If they want to win this game, they're going to need that teleport, and it's not available on JLC right now. And so Aaron, he has free reign.
Indeed. And it's kind of worrisome here for the Philippine squad in the sense that if you're going to look at the composition that the Malaysian squad has, the later this game goes, the more that they're really going to thrive, and it's going to become so painful that earlier it was just the Philippine squad exerting their dominance, dishing out so much damage, but in exchange, it's like the PGS squad is starting to whittle down to what damage the TLC squad is able to retaliate with in return. Meanwhile, Moraita Boy trying to clear up vision here. Does manage to get caught out with Caspiel. Dark Binding, but Caspiel taking quite a bit of damage there. Thompson tries to go in on him, but meanwhile, Aaron is able to take down the Philippine squad support. This is quite a messy, laid out fight here, but meanwhile, that is going to be a 2-for-2 thus far.
Yeah, so it looked like it was JLC and Moraita Boy that did fall. Meanwhile, Aaron and Caspiel fell on the other side, but things were looking a bit sketchy for that Philippine team. It looks like that wasn't really the ideal team fight environment you wanted to be in order to win the game. And it's TLC. They're still putting that pressure down. They should be able to get this turret. That's a free turret on that. So TLC coming out on top, putting the gold, just a 200 lead in favor of the Philippines. So practically nothing at this point.
Philippine squad starting to lose their footing in this game. It's clearly the Malaysian squad that's really starting to dictate the tempo, dictate the flow, that forces the Philippine squad to go into a more responsive position in a way to whatever the Malaysian squad is doing. And until such time that the Philippine squad could try to find an opportunity to take down TLC, then I'm not really sure just how much time the Philippine squad has left, considering how everything has just went 180 at this point for the Malaysian
The thing
squad.
is, there is potential still for this Philippine team to just really win the game at this point. They have a really fed AD carry. Marky is 12, 3, and 4. He has so much damage right now, but it's hard to utilize that when you're forcing these awkward fights all the time with someone getting caught. And here comes a pick potentially onto Becky, but they will spot out Caspiel in the vicinity and just simply back out.
Thompson not able to get Becky there, but Caspiel looks like he'll be trying to chase down Thompson. Exocet trying to do as much as he can. Looks like Caspiel taking quite a bit more than he could chew, but here comes the knockup. Is it going to connect onto Becky in 404? But no, looks like JLC was dealing with Carino. On the red buff side, that's 2 members of the Malaysian squad down. Meanwhile, Aaron is going to go for the split for this inhibitor as the rest of the Philippine squad trying to push up top. Nobody going for the response. It looks like Tamsu has made the retreat to try to deal with Aaron. Let's go ahead and see just how successful he'll be. He's taking quite a bit of damage there. Forced to flash, but no, that is going to be the Guardian Angel. Aaron going to go back to dealing damage onto this Nexus turret. JLC trying to stop him, but Aaron is just so painful. Gonna try to go onto Tamsu in exchange. Tamsu dealing quite a bit of damage there. Aaron, will he be able to take down Philippine member number 1? That's one. Looks like he might be able to take down JLC as well. And that's gonna be the ram that goes in onto him. Defense successful.
Yeah, and it's Aaron once again keeping the dreams of this TLC team alive. They had an opportunity to end the game in that top lane, but it was Aaron 2v1ing in that bottom lane, threatening the Nexus turrets. And the game's reset once again, and yeah. Right. I'm honestly not sure what to say. Aaron's just doing a really good job of being this annoying Fiora that's forcing everyone to come respond. At this point, not even Tamsu can solo kill the Fiora, and that's concerning.
It's kind of tricky to figure out who might be winning this. Looks like Exosen going to be caught out by Caspiel. He is taking quite a bit of damage. The rest of the TLC squad is going to come in onto him. Right away, gets a successful Dark Binding onto Caspiel, able to save the life of his mid laner. Great job.
Yeah, now we do see that JLC does have his teleport available, so they aren't playing at quite a bit of a they were earlier. They will be able to respond to Aaron a bit easier, and this Baron is now up, so this is probably going to be the make or break for this game.
Ooh, let's go ahead and see how this will go. I think that might be the fight where we'll finally determine who will ultimately come up on top with this game and just win this opening game for the GPL All-Star. Looks like Malaysia going to start out. This Baron taking Caspiel is quite low on health. This is going to be quite an interesting fight. JLC goes for the initiate. Looks like Philippine squad will manage to slide it down, but still Tamsu and JLC are suffering as a casualty in the process. Meanwhile, the rest of the Philippine squad are going to try to make their retreat right away, getting a Dark Binding to avoid Kirino from further pursuing him. Marky, though, has to be careful. He is going to try to go for Kirino, but no, is going to go for the more safer route and hold back for the meantime. But that's a really good steal.
That's going to be the Baron for the PGS team, but they did lose 2 members as a response. And very clutch coming from Tamsu. If that smite didn't connect, that would have been game for sure for the Philippine team, and it would have been a victory for TLC. But the smite keeps the dreams of the Philippines team alive. And let's see what they decide to do with it. It should help quite a bit in balancing the waves and making sure that Aaron isn't able to just push completely, like just push them in completely.
And I think with this bear buff though, this is the Philippine squad's window of opportunity to try to see if they could make the most of this. Because I think once that Baron is down, it kind of closes out the window again as to what the Philippine squad can do to try to deal with Team Malaysia. But looks like Team Malaysia going to try to establish a little bit of control here over the Dragon side. Elder Dragon will be up in a while, 26 seconds to be exact. Philippine squad going to try to get a shove in towards this mid lane. Looks like we'll be making a transition towards the Dragon. That'll be pretty juicy though. 2 Infernal Drakes amplified by Infernal Drake, or rather by the Elder Drake.
And with that Baron buff, that should spell game for this PGS team. And we do see JLC already popping that ultimate, trying to get the pick onto Aaron, and this could be it. This could be what the PGS team is looking for. Aaron, it's now a 5v1 situation, and Aaron will fall. That Elder Drake is still up.
Wow, that was
this
crazy.
Should be it.
Looks like PGS gonna maybe go for the offense. Looks like they will opt for the Elder Drake instead. That is a fast take though, as that is 5 members of the Philippine squad converging onto it. Really, really good for them. Let's go ahead and see if they will be able to exert much more dominance. The rest of Malaysia now on the defense will be heading back to try to defend their base from an empowered Baron wave from the Philippine squad. Let's go ahead and see how that'll go. Looks like the Philippine squad has opted for a reset, at least for JLC that is, but he is slowly making his way. Teleport is up for him in case things do get dirty for the Philippine squad in a fight. Aaron is almost up though. Take note, 5th 15 seconds left until he comes up to help the rest of the Malaysian squad. Let's go ahead and see what will happen though. Philippine squad are going to be making their way towards the mid lane though. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, they've got roughly a minute and a half on this Elder Drake and 40-50 seconds on this Baron buff. So that's plenty of time to really make some work. We do see that the top and mid inhibitors are down already. The bottom inhibitor from the PGS team should be responding fairly shortly. So the tempo now in the hands of the PGS team, and it's just up to them to decide what they want to do with it, how they're going to win the game, and whether or not the TLC team can do anything about it.
Let's go ahead and see though. Philippines squad looks like right, the boy is going to make a recall for the meantime. It's such a shame because I feel like it would have been a great preemptive measure to have made sure that that bottom wave was pushing out towards the bot side of TLC as well, just so that once they could kind of make that transition from mid to bot. But then again, Aaron was up, so I guess it could have gone either way. But let's go ahead and see how this will go down. Take note, Baron is almost down for the Philippine squad, so what their next move will be right after that, we'll just have to see.
Yeah, so we do see that JLC putting a decent amount of pressure in the bottom side. Aaron was able to shove up and slow push that top side, so one of the members of the PGS team should be looking to clear that out, or they could face some trouble. Teleport going down in the mid lane, a possible pick. Looks like they will continue and persist with this pick potential.
Are we going to see a fight happening? 3 members of the TLC squad are fighting quite a bit of damage. Kamto able to take down Reno right off the bat. 404 trying to deal with the rest of them. Aaron is finding himself in a very awkward position in the middle of the members of the Philippine squad. They're all still alive and kicking. 3 members of the Malaysian squad down. Caspiel and Becky, the only remaining members of Malaysia. Will they be able to defend? Let's go ahead and see PGS squad. They're making their way for this mid lane. They're going to go potentially straight for the Nexus turret. Very heavy death timers across the board for the dead members on the Malaysian squad. Wow, Becky though, that is going to be the Guardian Angel, which may potentially be the game though. Shutdown coming in from Marky. Only Caspiel going to go for the defense, but I don't think that'll be enough. That's going to be the ace for the Philippine squad. Ladies and gentlemen, looks like we have the winner for our very first game for the 2017 GPL All-Star event. Congratulations, Team Philippines of the Garena Pro Gaming Series.